All right, guys, let's talk a little Cavaliers basketball. They take on the Orlando Magic tonight on ESPN, a nationally televised game. No Jared Allen, no Max Strus for the Cavs, no Franz Wagner or Anthony Black for the Magic. So a little bit of a short-handed matchup. Zach, Dustin, what are you looking most forward to tonight in seeing from the Cavs as they continue to get ready for a playoff push?
I mean, listen, they've played well. I mean, the last, basically since December, they were, I think I read the stat yesterday, 23-9?
23-9.
Yeah.
Third best record in basketball.
Yeah, so that tells me that they're playing very well right now. And the trade has been, to this point, a success because the team seems like they've got more energy. They're playing harder. Sunday sucked. I was at the game. I write that off, too. They just looked tired. I don't know. They didn't hit, to shoot 25% or whatever it was in the first half. It's hard to do. I mean, Harden's missing free throws, Donovan, these guys shouldn't be missing shots like that. It's that one's a one-off. The Celtics do worry me. Also, the fact that Jason Tatum looks like he's the one guy that looks like he might be better coming from an Achilles.
Sean Watson, Jason Tatum.
Yeah, Jason Tatum. No.
I take it all back.
No. Jason Tatum is like the Bigfoot.
Yes.
He's a freakazoid, or like that guy who won the marathon running 4.5 minute miles. But no. Tonight, I don't know. The Magic don't ever scare me.
No, I think it's, the Magic are probably one of the disappointing teams.
Right.
One of the most.
100%.
They were pegged as,
if not the most.
Yeah, they're having a tough year. So it's a national TV road game.
Right.
They came back and beat the Sixers JV team on Monday night, but it's kind of, answering for what happened the last time you were on national TV, and we're down to 4 weeks or so. So it's this, go win a big road game. Adjust to life without Jared Allen. Probably I'm most interested to see, and especially in a game like this with the Magic down a couple guys, I want to see Schroeder and Ellis come in and be the kind of impact that they've been in those minutes, right? You're going to have your ups and downs. Shots are going to fall and shots are not going to fall at other times. But I think those guys have brought such a different energy and can come in and give you such great defense. And I keep using the word energy that just wasn't there before. So I want to see them in this setting because that's how you're going to win playoff games. That's how you're going to shift playoff series. And so this is a playoff-ish game tonight. It's not Boston. It's not New York. But it's a road game and a chance at a little bit of redemption. They're
a physical team. I mean, they play good defense. It could be one of those games, as you said, it could be kind of like a playoff test. You're on the road. This team's going to play physical. And I think we need to continue to see the growth of Mobley's offensive game. I'd love to see tonight. I'm looking to see him score in the 20s.
So part of the reason he gets to the 20s, or part of the way he gets to the 20s.
I set you up.
You did. It was great. Nice job.
You got you, bro.
Really well done. To the Celtics game, and then we'll move forward.
Yeah.
Since Allen's been out, the offense has kind of just looked a lot more stagnant than it had previously. And a big reason for that, in my opinion, is that Jared Allen's a very good actual physical screener. In the terms of actually setting screens, Jared Allen is really good at that. And that's part of the reason why he developed this instant chemistry with James Harden. We saw the lobs. We talked about how Harden has made players like Jared Allen hundreds of, and no exaggeration, hundreds of millions of dollars throughout his career. Evan Mobley, not the same caliber of screener. He likes to slip screens more. He likes to kind of show the screen, get out, and instead of rim running, he kind of floats to the middle, which is not wrong per se. There are two different ways to operate a pick and roll. Harden has been much more successful throughout his career with the Jared Allen types, less successful with the Evan Mobley types. And tonight, when we're looking at certain things to watch for, it's how does that pick and roll tandem work together? Kenny was asked before the game against the Sixers on Monday what he's seen from the two, why it hasn't necessarily clicked like you'd want it to click. And he said, well, they're two smart players. They have different styles. It's all about those two getting the reps in together. James compromising a little bit of what he wants to do. Evan compromising a little bit of what he wants to do. And then figuring out the best way to maximize each of their individual skill sets in that particular set. And if technology works, I would like to show you guys a little bit of basketball geometry.
Let's do it.
To understand why the two are different and how Evan could do some things better tonight in particular against the Magic defense to unlock what Dustin wants, which is 20 points. So, Ann, let's see if the telestrator will work here. Let's hope this technology decides to work. This first play goes way back.
Mikey McTelly.
We're going to try and explain what James Harden wants in any pick-and-roll situation. This is against the Denver Nuggets in just the second game he played. It's not a straight pick-and-roll. You're going to see Dennis Schroeder, actually. Here's Schroeder. Aha. Is it working?
Oh, we're money, bro.
Yeah.
Keep going.
There we go.
Do your
Turn
thing.
the key on.
Do your thing.
There we go. We can see everybody now. Schroeder's going to end up setting the screen here. Jared Allen's going to roll, and what happens after the Allen roll is what you guys have to watch here. So let this play through. You see Schroeder sets the first screen, and then as soon as he screens, there goes Jared Allen on the slip. That's the guy you're watching, but watch how the defense, and in particular, this defender reacts to Allen rim running like he does. I'm going to pause it at the exact spot because this is, from a high angle, the exact basketball look that James Harden is trying to get. Worked out perfect. You have a trail defender here coming behind James Harden while James Harden is attacking Jonas Valanciunas here. You have 3 guys, 1, 2, 3, against just 2 Denver Nugget defenders. It's a 3-on-2 at this point with Jamal Murray at his back. This defender's the key here. If he comes down to stop the rim run, which he does, James has an easy kick to a Jalen Tyson wide open on the wing. Valanciunas is retreating. If he continues to retreat, Harden, which he ends up finishing with a layup on this single possession, is reading Valanciunas. He goes back, Harden goes forward. Very simple. It's all about that simple read of the opposite end defender who has to react to Jared Allen rim running. We'll let it play one more time so you can see it in motion. But as Allen goes, defender comes in. He had either an easy layup or kicks out to the wing for an open Jalen Tyson 3. On this next clip, from the first game they played together, I'll let it play through. It's the strong side, but it gets a wide open Donovan Mitchell 3 because of how hard Allen rim runs and what that does to the defense. I'll pause it here again. As Allen comes down the middle of the lane, this help side defender has to shift in, or else it's an easy lob for Jared Allen. As they do that, it's going to leave Donovan Mitchell wide open because there's nothing else to do. You have to pick one. It's a 2-on-1 situation for the offense and leads to an open 3. And if Sacramento defended this even better, it should be this guy stepping up, which would leave Jalen Tyson wide open for 3.
Yeah, there's 2 open shooters there.
A disaster.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
It is what it is. But because Allen rolls so hard to the rim, it forces the defense to react. This next clip is with Evan Mobley here. This was the Monday night game against Philadelphia. Mobley's going to actually set a good screen, but instead of rim running, watch kind of the fade angle he takes. It's not going to be a downward angle. It's more of a horizontal instead of a vertical angle here. And I'll let this play through, then we'll stop and I'll let you guys see it. Holds the screen, catches it high, and by the time he ends up getting to the basket, the defender on him in the initial action beats him to the cup, and it ends up being a block and a turnover. Once again, it's not the end of the world, but when he sets this screen here, the advantage is in this area. That's the open area. James wants to throw a pass in this general direction. Mobley opens up with the wrong hip and kind of doesn't go in down, kind of fades out because he's a better shooter. He has the ability, he's a pick and pop guy. Give him credit for actually setting the screen. It changes the whole angle. When he comes out and catches here, it is a 2-on-1, but the whole help side hasn't shifted in to force or to counteract what the Cavs are trying to do in that rim run situation. Mobley here, in theory, could kick it to Keon Ellis. It's probably the right move, but he's catching it on the run. Quentin Grimes kind of jab steps at him, but most importantly, this is the guy guarding Mobley in the initial action, Zach. He's ahead of Evan Mobley.
Right, he's right there.
He's right there. Evan hasn't gained an advantage. James hasn't gained an advantage because of the angle at which Mobley slipped to the basket. We'll restart it one more time. Let me get to the next clip. We'll restart it one more time so you can see it again. But by not running out of the screen here, taking his time, putting his hip into it again, Bona is already closer to the rim than Evan is on the roll. Not going to work as effectively. Now, can it work? Yes, it can. You can see on this clip, same game, it's going to lead to an open Jalen Tyson 3 in the corner, despite the fact it's not a hard rim run. It's just you're not putting the defense in a position where they have to make a decision. If you don't have to make a decision, then you're letting James Harden just play basketball as is. When you rim run like Jared Allen does every time, it forces the defense to make a decision or it leads to an easy alley-oop. Mobley is a different skill set than Jared Allen. It's not apples to apples. He shouldn't necessarily rim run every time, but James Harden wants his bigs to rim run so he can see the defense how he wants to see the defense. And for everyone saying, well, Mobley can't screen hard, this is the opening play against Boston. Watch the screen he sets on Sam Merrill's guy here. Mobley's capable of being a hard screener, of actually putting a body on a body and making sure his guy gets open. It's a great screen. It's a great ATO out of the start of the game for Kenny Atkinson and company. He's capable of it. Just want to see it more consistently. Tonight, as we're looking for things against Orlando, that's what I want to see from the Cavs, how the James Harden, Evan Mobley pick and roll combination continues to evolve and progress as they get more reps together.
That's what
that made
this is.
sense.
Yeah, that's what this is. This is reps, right? This is James Harden getting more and more comfortable with the guys that are around. Jared Allen has played super well. So
Yeah.
it's a loss even before you dive far into the technical part of it. But these next however many games are about James Harden continuing to get comfortable with his teammates. You hope it's about getting Max Strus back in game shape and getting Jared Allen back. But for now, this is a good challenge against a playoff quality team, although a disappointing one. Right? And you're just trying to get guys in the right place on the screen stuff, and you're trying to get guys in the right rotations to figure out, how you're going to adapt and continue to grow this chemistry.
Boston switched everything, Dustin, which is part of the reason why the offense looks so ugly. If they're going to switch and you roll hard, you get a big on a little, right? There was a couple possessions in that game, even early, where they put Derek White on Evan Mobley off the switch. Mobley went to the paint and was able to get a pretty easy look. He missed a wide-open layup and then had a nice finish with the other one. If he kind of floats when you switch, are the Celtics really worried about a Derek White on Evan Mobley mismatch 18 feet from the bucket?
No.
No. Are they worried about it 4 feet from the bucket?
Yeah.
A lot more.
For
so
sure.
that there's some perks and benefits to, even in a switching defense, if they're just going to concede the switch early, still rolling hard, either going to get a lob, force the defense in, or if they do a good job defending it all, you get a mismatch down low in a way that you probably wouldn't have had before.
I'm just sitting here thinking about, I do this for a living, and you're better in the telly than I am.
That's telephone.
Dude, you're really good at that, dude.
Telephone.
I'm gonna give you your flowers, dude. Like, you're really good at that. Well done.
I need to find better ways to draw things instead of circling and making.
Doesn't matter, dude. Do you know what John Madden looked like?
No, I just there's.
Okay, well, go look at John Madden's Telestrator. He identified it was the ugliest thing ever, but it worked. So
less ugly, more making sure I don't draw something on a teleprompter I don't want to be screenshotted later with. That's more.
Yeah, the meme world has changed a lot of things.
Screenshots are not a friend in today's day and age.
Anyway, I'm smarter after watching that segment, so well done.
We'll see what happens tonight because no Jared Allen. Evan Mobley's in. Orlando plays drop coverage a lot, which James Harden should be able to take advantage of. If they're in drop, they're just putting the big man down on that screen. If you hold it for 1 second, you're creating the advantage already because the guy guarding James Harden's going to be on your back. But Harden's got to be able to finish some of those floaters, which since he injured his thumb, his shot distribution has been way off. He's taken, this is before the game on Monday. I don't have the updated numbers. In the 4 games since he'd injured the thumb before Monday, 13 shots in the paint and 23 threes. Cavs aren't winning if James Harden's not getting to the paint.
No, squiggles or no squiggles, though, what you see in those stills, the goal was to get James Harden the ball and create space, put shooters there. The emergence of Jalen Tyson, obviously important. Sam Merrill's not going to knock everyone down every night, but he's capable.
Yes.
He draws the defense, right? So
when Strus comes back.
Right, when Strus comes back. And so Schroeder and Ellis just have to make their fair share of shots, bring the energy they bring at the defensive end, and the Cavs are onto something. The Cavs made these moves in January and February and got a lot better. So it's just about being healthy, getting these reps, and ultimately finding your best 5, which is going to be different in every situation, but the ball's going to be in James Harden's hands a lot.
I mean, he's not LeBron, but when LeBron was here, this is what we did. I mean, he drove and he got people to collapse, and then you were able to find guys on the outside. That's why, guys like Kyle Korver and some of the other shooters like J.R. Smith were so vital.
Made a living off that.
Made a living off because they had open looks, man. Everyone wants to play with guys like LeBron and James Harden. Maybe not so much James, but you know what I'm saying? Like, because you're going to get those open looks. If you're a shooter, if you're Sam Merrill, dude, you should be looking at your chops. And you better be ready to go because we need all these guys. And you're right, Strus has got to come back. I'm really worried about that guy because it's been a while.
In a week.
Good.
In a week.
Good.
He's been doing G League practices, is that right?
Yes, he's
getting on the court up and down?
He's been practicing. He went through last Friday. He went through a full
5-on-5?
5-on-5 practice with the Cavs. Kenny says he's at 90%. He just has to be cleared by one more. The last hurdle is he needs one final. You've been through a week of practice. We're going to go back, look at it. One final doctor clearance. Okay. He's good to go.
And you're just going to play him in 5-minute shifts.
Yeah.
Right? Just let him get his legs and let him get his timing.
Go out there and get some jumpers in, man, and see what happens.
Absolutely.
I think he's game ready. From everything I've heard, there's only one speed for Max Strus, and it is not.
Maybe because he has one speed, this is why they're being so cautious because they do not want to put him out there when he is not. Like if he can do some damage, he'll do it.
I have a pretty good authority that because he has one speed, that's part of the reason it's taken so long.
You have to
get
protect
back
him from himself.
From himself, and he may have re-aggravated some stuff just because he doesn't know how to, ease into things. It is.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
I can put my shoe back on. I'm not in a boot. we're going 150% through drills, and it's like, hey, Max, relax.
Yeah.
You'll be
We're
good.
just trying to see you get confident here.
But he's very close. Will Max Strus play before the end of the regular season? Yes, he will. Will he play in 17 games of the last 19? Probably not. I would be shocked if they let him play in back-to-back right off the bat. But he's way closer than it felt like he was a week ago. And every update we're now getting on Max is an actual, tangible, positive update, not a delay in any update.
He's down the list, right? This is not important as Mobley's calf or Harden's thumb. But this is a guy that has played in this league for a long time, has helped you win big games.
Yeah.
And you haven't had him all year. You've made tweaks to address what you had and didn't have. You've been able to surround him with shooters and upgrades. And now you're going to have another shooter, another guy who can come in and guard multiple positions.
With finals experience, by the way.
Yes. So this is potentially huge, even in 5-minute spurts.
I think he's the only guy that has finals experience since 2020. Like Larry Nance Jr. on the 2018 Cavs, I think is the...
Was Strus his the COVID year bubble?
With the Heat, yeah.
The bubble.
Yeah.
This is what it's important, because this is what struck me about Tatum coming back, right? And he's been playing more than I think a lot of us thought. Right.
Yeah.
So, it's like, okay, what's the chemistry? What's his confidence level? Is he really Jason Tatum? And there's gray area and all that, although obviously the early returns. But he's taken the minutes of Sam Hauser and Jordan Walsh, right? Like, it's Jason Tatum. So that's a huge upgrade. Where Strus comes in, there's other good players around him. This is not the Cavs counting on Max Strus to be their fourth best player.
No.
This is the Cavs counting on Max Strus to come in and be steady and occasionally make the wide open shot that he's going to be created for.
Do you think that, because he's just kind of one of those guys, one of the outside, coach can basically ride the hot hand on any given night?
For sure.
So you're saying 5-minute spurts, sure. But some nights it might be guy gets 26 minutes.
I think you had 5-minute spurts when he starts.
Yeah, when he starts.
No, I know that, but I'm saying if he's hot, you're not taking a guy out of the game.
No, that's a guy that absolutely could be in a closing five.
100%.
1,000%.
Probably not, but it could be. So much of this, when you get into April,
depends on the
it's
matchup.
matchup
It's
dependent.
matchups.
Yeah.
If they want to go one big to close in certain matchups, and Strus gets back to being the Max Strus, let's just injury be damned, he's the Max Strus that we knew Max Strus had been in the past. If he's this Max Strus, him, Tyson, Harden,
Right.
they're all 6'5", 6'6". Strus is taller than you think. Tyson's a legit 6'5", 6'6". Harden's huge. It's not height-wise the tallest, but Tyson's a pretty good defender. Strus is a pretty good defender. Harden's impossible to move. He's not great on the perimeter, but he can guard bigger guys just because of how strong he is. And then you have Donovan. That's not a tiny, minuscule lineup like some of the Cavs' other small ball options have been in the past.